Hello, my name is Anne Marie Molina, and I'm going to talk to you today about my campaign for student veterans called Animate Change. The focus is to reduce the stigma and to improve the success of students who are military connected or student veterans on campus. Our main goal is to use the art of animation to share personal audio recorded stories of students on their positive and negative experiences of being on a college campus. The intention of sharing the stories is two parts. The first is to bring awareness to the struggles of those who have served or are still military connected when they return to civilian life and face unique challenges while returning to school. They can share how they've added stress due to uncomfortable interactions on campus caused by peers and faculty. The second is to remove stigmas that change the culture of higher education by changing the narratives that are falsely associated with student veterans. Number one, we're going to need volunteers. We hope that you will participate. We are looking to collaborate with a team of 8 to 10 student volunteers, and they can be both military connected and not. That's not important as far as the campaign goes. We just want people who are excited about changing the culture and making a real difference for our fellow students. Our second step is to collaborate with different departments. So we are going to need to get certain permissions from our administration. So that would be our first contact. After that, we would reach out to the Student Veteran Affairs Department and follow that up by contacting the art department because we are going to need some volunteer artists and art supplies. Our next goal and strategy would be to request that military connected students share anonymous videos, about 3 to 5 minutes, to convert them to animated shorts to share virally. We would share those virtually within social media and other tools that we have on campus. Once these shorts have been reviewed by all the stakeholders, we will share the videos, but we want to make sure that they are reviewed and approved by those that they are trying to help. Our budget, we hope to be free because the only cost would be that of the art supplies used by the art department. And we're hoping to incentivize students in the art department through either credit for volunteerism or possibly have some type of a contest for the best animated short of the ones that we've chosen. The final assessment of the project will be when the finished product is shared across the campus, and hopefully the Cal State University Los Angeles audience will be changed and share it beyond our community. And that will be our official assessment of success if this campaign is shared and it is a positive force in our community. The timeline is one full semester, 16 weeks. And the reason for that is because we want to make sure that the campaign is completed and that the commitment is something that's actually feasible and can be accomplished within one Cal State LA semester. We hope that if it is successful, that it will be continued on by another group of volunteers the following semesters. So we do need 8 to 10 volunteers. And most of the beginning of our project is the first 4 weeks is going to be meeting with stakeholders, getting permissions, and securing that our budget is still at zero if we're able to receive the art supplies and have enough volunteers as far as the art portion of our campaign. The next 4 weeks would be requesting stories from the stakeholders. And the longest portion of this is going to be actually animating the recordings. So I have 4 weeks here, but that could change depending on how long it takes for the animation to be completed. Once it is done, we are going to present it to the stakeholders and make sure that it is something that actually is to their liking and that they approve it and that it's sending the right message, that they can be secure that that's being sent to the rest of the campus. Once it's approved, then they will begin to share the videos virtually. And hopefully, again, it will get enough of an audience that it can go beyond our Cal State LA campus. This is an example of one of the shorts, and because I am not a animator myself, I'm using clip art here. But just to give you an example of a story of somebody, when we had one of our interviews, one of the main things that kept coming up was uncomfortable or triggering conversations that happen in class unintentionally. And so here's an example of one where somebody would talk about an experience, and he says, I introduced myself as a veteran, and my professor asked me to share a combat experience. I felt uncomfortable and regretted sharing my identity. I have been asked really hurtful, difficult questions and have avoided opening up again in class. And I'm sure that that professor or that those students who asked those questions were not aware of how far it affected the student veteran and how uncomfortable it made them to share anything beyond that in the learning classroom. Another example is this little girl, and again, I think that the animation really drives home the feeling of isolation. And so here, this little girl has not disclosed her military status, and so it says, I had not disclosed my military service and overheard my peers talking about someone having PTSD and mental issues because of their military service. I avoided the topic and did not collaborate in the group. And so even if somebody has not identified themselves as being military connected, some of the hurtful stigmas attached might affect them even in our daily conversation or in classroom discussions without even intentionally thinking that that's something that might affect someone. So maybe just being more aware of that. And I think the little animated picture really, all of us can relate to being bullied or feeling othered in classroom situations. Our goals are to educate the non-military community to the stigmas and challenges that they're currently facing, to give student veterans a forum to express their feelings and best ways our school community can support their success, and ultimately strengthen the entire school and community and build allyship. I hope that you would be interested in participating in our program, and I hope to hear from you all soon. Thank you.